Now, millions of people around the world have been unable to work because of coronavirus lockdowns, of course. But for those companies who are providing essential goods and services during the pandemic, a surge in demand for products has meant taking on more staff. One business in California, which has seen a big increase in production of cleaning products, also specialises in hiring visually impaired workers. Zoe Thomas reports from San Francisco.
This plant produces cleaning supplies for the U.S. government and commercial companies. It's an essential business that has seen demand spike with the spread of COVID-19, keeping workers on their toes.
Orders are coming in really fast, so we are super busy.
30-year-old Jennifer has been blind since birth. She started working at LightHouse 3 years ago. The firm specifically hires blind or visually impaired people. Despite the risks of COVID-19, the staff are still coming in every day.
Of course it is scary, but at the same time, I think if we take precautions and, wash our hands and continue to, basically I go to work and go home. We had a few days off before we got all these orders, and I personally was getting kind of bored, so I was glad to be back at work.
Health advice for blind people during COVID-19 is the same as for sighted people, but many blind people have to adjust their routines, using voice commands and audio guides to avoid touching Braille texts or human guides. With orders for cleaning products expected to remain high as businesses reopen, LightHouse is scaling up its production.
So we're installing a new line next week to keep up with demand. We're hiring three or four more blind people to join us on the lines here. So over the next year, this is really going to be a springboard for us to really increase the blind labor force in this area.
This plant produces about 4,000 bottles of all-purpose cleaner every day. And seeing that spike in demand is important because about 80% of the staff here is blind or visually impaired. And that's a group that typically experiences high unemployment rates across the U.S. Nearly 3 out of 4 blind adults in the U.S. are unemployed. Experts say that is in part due to misconceptions about their abilities. But there is some hope that changes in the work environment due to coronavirus could improve that statistic.
A lot of blind and visually impaired people are early adopters of things like using Zoom and doing things online, because we have to be. So if the work environment changes to a much more online kind of environment, who knows, that might actually work in our favor.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, the staff at LightHouse Industries, like their sighted counterparts, have been labeled essential workers. The hope is that when lockdown measures lift, they will still be regarded as crucial to the U.S. labor force. Zoe Thomas, BBC News, San Francisco.